Hello, this is Evangelist Robert L. McKim Sr. Well, I wanted to follow up on some things. Renee had changed her email, and then after she changed her email to something else, Facebook then was able to send her email to her new email account. So evidently Facebook did not like her other email account. Long story short, something wasn't right. And something isn't right with Renee. She, after going to bed, she had to get up and come in here because she was coughing and gagging a lot in her sleep. So I told her to get up and come in to the living room, try to, blow her nose and get the mucus out. Yes, she has sleep apnea. Yes, she's supposed to sleep with a CPAP machine. But how can she do that? The way she sleeps, she flashes around, moves her arms, knocks the masks off her face. She moves her legs all the time. And she's on Requip that's supposed to prevent restless leg syndrome. And her Abilify was changed to Rimron. And in all honesty, when Dr. Baggett took her off of the Klonopin, which was helping for her restless leg syndrome, when she was on the Klonopin, she did not move her legs at all. She slept sound throughout the night. I think the combination of the Klonopin, which is used for various things, anxiety, depression, bipolar, even restless leg syndrome, when it's used and then seizures as well. Renee has seizures. She has epilepsy. She's on a medication to prevent that. But I believed that when she was on the Klonopin, with the combination of all the medications with the Klonopin, she did a whole lot better with her emotions and her sleep pattern than what she's doing now. But who am I? You know what? I've seen things. I've been there, done that. Granted, I wasn't in the military, because I'm in God's army. I don't have to be in no man's army and told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And now even in the military, they're not even allowed to read the Bible or pray or have crosses. The military isn't what it used to be, that's for sure. Not when this country was first founded. Christians were in the military, as well as non-Christians. Midnight's trying to get Renee calmed down. What's the matter, Midnight? You worry about Mommy? Huh? I covered her up, and her moving her leg all the time there came uncovered. You can lay on Mommy, you know that. I know you're looking for approval. Midnight won't go on Renee unless Renee says it's okay.
What? Okay.
Well, put your arm down, hon.
Okay.
See, Midnight's now going over on Renee. Midnight's worried about Renee. Aren't you, right, Midnight? You worried about Mommy? Huh? You worried about Mommy? Midnight's our angel kitty. She worries about us and tries to keep us calm, and don't you, Midnight? Huh? What? Anyhow, Renee's not sleeping very well tonight because she wasn't going to take her medication before bedtime, but she has to take her medication. She hasn't took it for like a couple of days, and I told her she has to take her medication so she don't have no seizures. Well, she finally broke down and took her medication last night because she was very upset yesterday with the internet going off, with Facebook messing her around, with finding out that the reason why she can't be on the medication that was helping her to begin with and was taken away is because the government, the United States government, is telling doctors to stop giving controlled substances like Klonopin to patients when it works. It's like my Menitex that was working, and then I got the generic form of it. Flotenex, something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but still with an F, and it was almost spelled the same way as the Menitex. And after being on that medication for like 2 to 3 years, the government just ups and all of a sudden cuts me off, cold turkey. They quit paying for it. $88. A bottle. They quit paying for it. I was paying $2 copay. Then I had to try to find something similar to that, if there was anything out there similar. Well, the High Medicaid's website was saying that this one medication was similar to it. But when I asked the drugstores, they said, well, we can't get that no more. It's no longer available. The state's saying it was, and the drugstores are saying it wasn't. Then, finally, my doctor just put me on straight folic acid, because, see, the Mentex had a combination of folic acid and 2 other vitamins. It's a special pill to help people with diabetic neuropathy. Neuropathy is nerve damage. Okay, get it straight. It's not a vitamin that you can get over the counter or anything that you can get in your food. So get it straight, people. Listen to what I'm saying. Menitex was a special vitamin for people with nerve damage in their feet. It's, if there was food out there somewhere that people could eat to help their nerve damage, they'd probably be getting it right now. Doctors would be telling people, here, eat this, here, eat that, instead of taking a pill that helps. I know, Midnight. Calm down. I'm just trying to tell people that's stupid, that wants to run their mouth and don't know really what they're talking about. Or want to even care to understand what is really going on, the big picture. Instead, they want to run their mouth and try to tell me something that they don't even really know about. They think they do, but they don't, because they are demons and they just don't want the truth out there. And I'm talking truth. I'm preaching truth. I'm talking truth, and they don't like it. Plain, pure, and simple. Even Christians, people who go to church, are demons, wolves in sheep's clothing. But yet, there's people out there that want to condemn me and put me down and tell me I need to stop preaching and telling the truth about things. Because they are afraid of me when it comes right down to it. Because I am preaching and telling the truth of really what is going on. It's time for people to wake up. Stop having their head in the sand. Stop listening to these motivational speakers that call themselves preachers. I need to start telling their doctors, hey, give me something that works instead of listening to the government. Who's in control of my health care? Is the government in control of my health care? Well, I guess as long as I'm on Medicare and Medicaid, the government is in control of my health care. They're going to dictate to the doctors what I should and shouldn't take. Something that's been working for a long time, and then they take me off and then put me on something that doesn't work, and then I have to fight to try to find the right kind of medication or the similar kind of medication that does work. How would you feel if your feet went from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold, and they felt like they were burning on fire, or they were freezing? You wouldn't like it either. You would try to find anything out there whatsoever that will stop it. There is a medication that helps. It's called Menitex. And then the generic form of it. Actually, I got the bottles here. Give me a minute here and I'll get them. Here's the generic form right here. Called Foltanx. That's the generic form of the Menitex. Well, after basically a high Medicaid stopped paying for that, then the doctor just put me on straight folic acid, which I started taking a few of them, and I'm like, listen, doctor, that's not working. That is not working. So he gave, I forget how many refills he gave me. This was the second one. I told him, listen, it's not working. My feet are getting hot and cold again. And after checking around with the pharmacy, I finally got him to prescribe me this Phobic, which is basically the same thing as this here. Now, how long will the government pay for the Phobic? I have no idea until they decide they're not going to pay for it no more. Then I'll be having the hot and cold feelings in my feet again that I don't like. You try being a diabetic. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that are diabetics, not because they're overweight, but because of genetics, genes. It runs in the family. My great-grandmother was a small, petite woman, and she was a diabetic. Had to take insulin shots. My grandmother, her daughter, my mother's mother, died of lupus, which is again, genetics. And my mother's sister died of kidney problems. My mother, God rest her soul, she survived as long as she could with all her health problems. After she was 65 when she passed away. In 1999, she had to have open heart surgery, had to have a quadruple bypass. Well, again in 2000 and I can't remember exactly when. 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly when it was. She had to go back in again and have bypass again. Well, actually, stent put in. That's what they did. They put a stent in. But this one doctor she was seeing told me that my mother was highly anemic and would always need 2 pints of blood every 2 to 3 months. I think he knew that my mother had aplastic anemia, but just wouldn't say anything. Just said she was anemic. My mother died of aplastic anemia. Her bone marrow stopped producing blood. She basically died of lack of blood. No other doctor would tell her what was wrong until basically I found out like just 2-3 days before she passed away. And that was in 2009 when she passed away. Of course, we didn't have Obamacare back then. Now we have Obamacare that's taken over. But there were still laws back then. There were still medical laws that told doctors what they could and could not do and could not give. Just like there is today with the Obamacare. Long story short, people, it's time to wake up. Get your heads out of the sand. Get right with Jesus Christ, because we are living in the last days. The last days of the New World Order. That's what they want to try to get going, is the New World Order. Of course, I believe we're going to be going through the trumpets. We're not going to go through the bowls. No, we're not going to be go through the great wrath of God, which are the bowls. But we will be going through the trumpets. Wake up before it's too late. Because Jesus said, at the last trumpet, at the last trumpet call, after the tribulation of those days, Jesus said. After the tribulation of those days, you will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds. In the clouds. And he will send out his angels to gather the elect, or the saints, or the church. The dead in Christ will rise first, and those who are left alive will be caught up with them. But before that happens, we've got to go through the trumpets. We've got to go through the trumpets. Otherwise, why did Jesus says that the one who endures to the end, he didn't say, oh, by the way, you'll be rescued before anything happens. No, he said you gotta endure to the end. You gotta go to the end. You gotta go through the tunnel and get to the end of the tunnel before you're rescued. But there's false preachers out there that want to say, well, we're not pointed to the wrath. No, we're not pointed to the bowls. We're pointed to the trumpets. Get it straight. And stop saying that when Jesus returns in the clouds is the second coming, when he's coming back to stop everything and make his kingdom. No, that is not what Jesus said. You are putting words in Jesus' mouth that he didn't say. Got it, Perry Stone? If you keep on preaching your lies, there is a special hell for you. Get it straight. I hate preachers like you that preaching your stupid lies, and people are believing it. There's people out there that believes his lies. And they condemn me for telling the truth. But yet they post on Facebook that truth is the new hate speech. Go figure. Read the Bible. Read what Jesus said. That's the truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father but through him. We must start loving one another and coming together in the end days to encourage one another, not tear one another down, like some of you have been trying to do with me. Tear me down. Instead, lift me up. But you don't know how to lift anybody up. People out there that only want to talk about money. Money, 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 money. The love of money is the root of all evil. And they think because I have the lack of money that I have an unhealthy relationship with money. And they think because I have satellite and internet and a home phone that I have an unhealthy relationship with money. And I'm not budgeting my money, my SSI, the way they think I should be budgeting my SSI. There is a special hell for you people. You people that call yourself Christians, but you run your mouth and you don't even know nothing when it comes right down to it. And nice, I kind of waking up and trying to get the cover fixed on her. That's what she does. She'll wake up and then she'll go right back to sleep again. It's time for you people to wake up before it's too late. I am sick and tired, and let me tell you something. God isn't going to continue the way things are going. Things are going to escalate faster and faster and faster and faster. I mean, there's people out there that even think that the beheadings that's going on is staged in a sound room with a green screen. For God's sake, people, there are evil people out there that's killing one another, killing Christians, cutting their heads off. And you say what? It's fake? It's not fake. You're fake when it comes right down to it. Get it straight. Get your head out of the sand before it's too late. You're being lied to. You're watching videos of people that are lying to you about what is really going on. Is evil. Is pure and simple evil. Satan and his demons. That is what is going on. No more, no less. Demons are possessing people and making them do all this evil stuff. The Bible says in the last days, the end days, that the devil will go around and his dominions, and we are to put on the whole armor of God to fight against these demons. But you know what? My Bible also says principalities. But someone said, well, I can't find it in the dictionary. Don't look in the dictionary. Look in the Bible. It says it right in the Bible. The problem is they don't even want to open up a Bible because they're Buddhist. But yet they want to condemn me for telling the truth and preaching the truth. There's a special hell for people like you. And don't say, oh, I don't believe in hell. Well, there's a special worm for you too. Listen, my time's almost up on this recorder here, so I'm going to tell you right now, as God is my witness, we are living in the last days. When our own government here in the United States refuses to help with the right kind of medication that people need. And also when Christians are condemning other Christians and non-Christians, basically antichrists, are condemning the people who are telling the truth. Well, God bless you. Have a blessed day.